What up? What up? What up? What up, y'all? This is Straight Facts with Gutta, man. This is your host, Jay Gutta. We have episode one of Straight Facts with Gutta, the healthy eating edition with Lise. Sweet, introduce yourself to the
Hi.
people. Let them know what you're making for them today.
Hey, you guys, it's Lise, also known as Lise Taught You. Today, we'll be making a healthy dinner slash meal prep. What I have for you guys today is the seafood salmon. I'll be making that with asparagus and with white rice. And then, of course, just letting you know a few of the ins and outs on what I do or how I try my best to stay healthy.
Okay, so this is gonna be interesting. Everyone's on a slight health kick. We're trying to live out here. A lot of people eating too many fried foods. There's too many different things being put in this food that y'all getting out here in these streets. So, listen, y'all got it here, man. Y'all getting the salmon with the asparagus and the white rice. She's gonna let y'all know exactly how she's seasoning everything. And once we put it up, put the episode up, we are going to have the recipe and the ingredients that we used. That way, you guys can try it at home. Let us know how y'all do, even if it's horrible, let us know. It's okay. Because she's going to teach us. She's going to let you know at the next episode, or, she'll comment.
Yes,
So,
for sure.
listen.
So yeah, there's no wrong time to start. There's no wrong way to start. Of course, there's been plenty of times where I have cooked in the previous years or the previous times, and it just didn't always come up to par, come out to par. But that's why we practice, and that's why we try to be perfect as possible. But what I'm gonna do basically is just put the salmon here in a small pan that I have. I am going to put foil on the bottom as well so it doesn't stick. Um, One thing I try my best to do is I try not to use salt. I know I have Himalayan salt here. I might put a little bit, but I try my hardest not to use salt because you don't need salt in order for your food to taste good. Also, another thing that I always do is I always use bell pepper and onion. So faithfully, I use bell pepper and onion no matter what no matter what I'm making. It always makes everything taste better in my eyes. I got a few lemons. Of course, here's my asparagus. It's fresh. Um, I am mixed, and my son is a mixed African American as well. So his daddy and his family put me on the Tony Sacheries. So this is one of my favorites. This has 0 calories, 0 grams of fat. It has 0 carbs. It has, just a minimum of sodium. There's 15%, but that's not a lot compared to, of course, a lot of other seasonings and just using straight salt. And then another thing that I like to use is the granulated garlic and parsley. And this here is fairly healthy as well. 0 carbs, 0 sodium. It has 0 calories. So again, I like to always make sure that I am reading my labels. Jay, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I, I
I
did
just
this.
again, this is my
I did
first
this.
time, so I'm like, where are you on my
No, I did that. I did the solo screen. You know what I mean? Got to put the shine on the chef. That way people can see you clearly.
screen?
Like they
Okay,
don't. They
so
don't need to
yes,
see
so
me. They need to see you.
okay, well they could see us, but okay,
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
But yes, as I mentioned, I use bell pepper and onion for everything. So just come in here, cut up a little bit of bell pepper. Honestly, I would use a whole bell pepper if I wasn't being or try not to be so extra today. But just go ahead and dice it up. I bought lemon for a little bit of extra flavor. I like to try to get a little creative with it because, of course, if you don't get creative, then you're going to get bored and you're probably not going to stay eating healthy. And again, this has been a really long process. I've shared this with a few people that are close to me. Not so many people on Clubhouse just yet or on Instagram. But I'm only 5'1.5", and I actually used to be really big. I used to be 185. I'm really short, so that'll tell you I was, pretty big. But it's just all about your lifestyle. It's not about a diet. It's not about a quick fix. You
Right.
have to really change your life in order to see these results. all the time, not just for a short period of time throughout the year.
Right. Move the foil over a little bit. That way they can see how big you're cutting your chunks.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry. So yeah, so I'm just dicing everything here. I try to be as precise as possible. Sometimes, just depending if I'm cooking for myself or cooking for others, I do like to try to keep the chunks fairly big. That way, if you don't really like to have big veggies in your food, you can just pick them out. But of course, it's gonna give it all the flavor. Let me get one more thing. One second.
No, definitely. Well, everyone tuned in, man. This is Straight Facts with Gutta. This is the first episode of the Healthy Eating with Let's Say. She's making you guys some salmon with some asparagus and some white rice.
Yes. So what I did get was I got me a little bit of the avocado oil. I don't use regular canola oil. I don't use vegetable oil. I either use avocado oil. Sometimes I use canola oil. But it has to be like very low in like salts or something. How can I say something very close to nothing, if that makes sense,
So
because I want it to feel baked.
for the people that can't afford avocado oil, what can they have? What's a good alternative?
For avocado oil alternative, if you can't afford it, I'm gonna touch briefly on it in two ways. For avocado oil alternative, I would say to try to use maybe there's coconut oil. Coconut oil is a little bit more cheaper, more cost effective, and it's actually more than likely like in a little tub. But something that I saw on a show the other day, and it made complete sense to me, is these spices and these oils, you're buying them one time a year. So I'm not trying to get in anybody's pockets, or I'm not trying to say, hey, you can, or you have to be able to buy it. But these things, you are literally buying them one time a year. So I want you to
Okay.
think about that. You are literally buying these oils or these seasonings one time per year. And I saw that on a show the other day, and it just made me think, because it's like, you can't want to spend $2-3 on these different oils or these different spices, and at the end of the day you're getting what you pay for. So you have to remember that too. So like I said, if you want a healthy alternative, I would say maybe some coconut oil, or just try to get something that doesn't have a lot of sodium. But like I said, guys, you have to think of the long term, the long run. It's not all about looking snatched and looking bad. Of course, you want to be sexy and you want to be appealing, but honestly, you need to think about your health. Aside from everything that I do online, with Instagram and Clubhouse, I'm actually an insurance broker, and I help the community that's 65 and up. So, to be honest with you, these little investments, you need to think of them now for your health, not just for the outer appearance. Of course, like I said, you want to look good, you want to look bad, etc. But at the end of the day, I have clients that are spending hundreds of dollars on medications every single month. So again, like I said, I'm not here to try to preach or anything like that, but you need to think long run, like, hey, you know what? Maybe if I do buy these little supplements or these better foods early on in my life, then I don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on my health 20, 30 years down the road.
Right.
So
Right.
just saying, it's all about perspective. But yeah, for sure.
No, that definitely makes sense because you have to. The thing is, with our community, with the black and brown community, is too many people don't take the preventive measures to do anything. Everything is we're reactive, so we do things once we get sick. We try to get healthy once we get sick. We start working out after we get sick. We start drinking water after we get sick. Like everything is after
Right.
we get sick. So at what point do we, take these measures? And that's why I wanted to do this show because it's people that they can relate to, is people that of their, so to speak, to the same age demographics, and people that are eating healthier at an earlier age, and that way maybe they'll see it like yo, it's not that hard, it's not that
No,
expensive, I could do it, I could do this too.
and it's really, really easy. For example, I mean, think about it. The bell pepper maybe cost me like $1, the onion $1, the lemons two for $1. The asparagus was like $2, and then the salmon was $12. So yes, the salmon is what cost me the most. However, it's salmon. And this right here, I actually cut it up. I'll let you guys see a little bit more. Let me clean my hands and I'll pick up my phone. But this is actually three. I cut it into three big pieces. So this could be lunch, dinner, lunch, and think about it. You're spending about $8 to $9 a day on one of these meals, just depending how big you're going.
Hmm.
Burger, fries, drink, or whatever you're purchasing for the day. So again, you just need to think long run, and you need to think how you're spending the money wisely.
Right.
So I'm gonna cut up some of these lemons. I'm gonna put some lemon slices on there, and then also I did buy an extra lemon. That way I could just squeeze it on top.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna make a solo on you right now again. That way people can see it better.
Okay, cool, cool. So yes, I'm going to toss that one. Um, like I said, it's not easy, but it just depends how much effort you put into not only the kitchen, but if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to just
You can't. I can't hear you. Hold on.
you just want to think of the bigger picture, which is basically investing in yourself, knowing that, hey, you know what, I'm going to spend a little bit more money on my foods and my health and my supplements now, and try to prevent me having to go through, dialysis, high blood pressure. Um, I mean, you name it. There's people that just have issue after issue, and it's all able to be preventable. I know a lot of people think that it's hereditary, but you know what? My grandmother and a lot of my family members have had diabetes early in their life, and I'm doing what I can to try to prevent that at an early age, even though I'm not that young. I'm going to be 30 in July. So I'm not that young, but I'm trying to get it together. I'm trying to get it on track. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. Here is the salmon. It has the bell peppers, the onions, the lemons. Just threw them on top real quick. And then also what I'll do is I will go ahead and get the asparagus prepped. And what I'm gonna do is I was planning to put it in a bigger pan. I'm not too sure where it's at. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop the asparagus. I'm gonna put it in like maybe like 1 inch little pieces, 1.5 inch pieces, and then I'm gonna saute them. So we're not gonna do everything live because of course it'll take a little bit more time. But what I'll do is I will definitely upload some pictures, or if there's a way that we can tailor everything into the video at the end, however we decide. I'm just here to, of course, show you guys how we can eat better and live a happier, healthier lifestyle, and it's totally possible. So
Definitely. What we're gonna do is we show them all the prep work. We show them how it looks, and then what we'll do is that once we'll stop the recording, and then once everything is done, then we'll add pictures under the video. That way, people could see the final product. They'll be able to see exactly what the recipe, the ingredients, and that's it.
perfect,
They'll be
perfect.
good.
Okay, give me 1 second here. 1 second.
No, definitely. So this is definitely going to be straight facts with Gotta Healthy Eating episode one. Let's say it's going to make for you guys some salmon, white rice, and asparagus, and yeah. So we're going to have the recipe and everything for everyone, and it's going to be a
Yeah.
good look.
For sure. And what I like to do on asparagus is I like to go ahead and cut off like the bottom part. Of course, asparagus are a little more expensive, but you can always make these meals with whatever veggies you like. I really didn't used to like asparagus in the beginning of my weight loss journey. I used to eat a lot of cauliflower rice. I used to eat a lot of broccoli. One thing I actually learned to start liking as well is Brussels sprouts. And again, it's all depending on your seasoning. I was actually at the store with my mom earlier, and she was like, "Well, are you gonna do bacon wrapped asparagus?" I chose not to do bacon because I know a lot of my viewers, a lot of my followers are in New York, respectfully. I know that a lot of them, just based off of their beliefs and their religion, they don't like pork. They actually tried to put me on game and, make me knowledgeable of all the different, you know, cons as far as pork goes. So that's something I'm going to try to keep away from the show. However, if there are certain requests, if anybody wants to see me make anything, in specific, I'm open to that as well. And then I know we've touched on it briefly before, but I also do make protein donuts that are guilt free. So trust me, I got a little bit of everything for everybody. I promise. Okay.
We definitely
So
gonna do the protein donuts one day.
yes,
For
the
sure.
protein donuts. So many people don't believe that they're not not healthy. Like they taste so good. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, there's no way these are not healthy." And they are. They're really healthy. But again, here's like the size that I'm cutting the asparagus. I could probably cut a little bit smaller, but I don't want them to be too small. And then it's up to you if you'd like to cook on high or low, medium. When it comes to me, I actually like to cook a lot of my food on high just because I'm like, get it and go, and I don't leave the kitchen when I'm cooking. I stay put and I don't have to worry about my food burning or being too mushy or any of that. But yes, these asparagus, I might slow cook them a little bit. I always like to just play around with how I cook them. Maybe next week or the week after, I'll incorporate me cooking with my air fryer. But yeah, just definitely trying new things, trying to keep it spicy in the kitchen. I have a trainer. Shout out to Reese. I actually train with him 3 times a week. So I am doing everything I can to make my meals go hand in hand with all the work that I'm putting in. But I'm going to cut up more bell pepper. Like I told you guys, bell pepper forever. This is actually something my grandma growing up, she would always have to cook with bell pepper and onion. So to me, if there ain't no bell pepper, if there ain't no onion, shit don't even sound right.
No, I
But
hear that. Granny knows what she's talking about.
yeah, no, for sure. Gotta make it right. Gotta go big or go home. You know that, right, Jay?
That's a big fact. You have to.
Big facts. So yeah, I'm just putting this in here. Typically, what I'll do is I'll saute the bell pepper and onion before I put the veggies in, but I'm just doing it a little bit backwards for recording sake. But either way, all the flavors are gonna come together. What I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna cook with the lid on. This is another great thing that I will say. Of course, not everybody can afford it or would want to make these different purchases. They don't believe that they have to. But one thing that I do is I believe in buying good pans. So this is a Chrissy Teigen pan as well. I bought this pan. It was like $40 just for this one pan. But it's really, really good. And I got onion in my eyes, so give me a second. I promise you
No,
I'm
a good
trying.
pan, a good pan will definitely make your food taste better. It'll cook better. It'll cook evenly. So definitely invest into a good pan. We will put the link to that pan in the description as well. That way everyone can, if they feel to purchase, and then if they want to sponsor us later on and send Miss
I
Lise some
know. I'm gonna
pots
need
and
some of that
pans.
Chrissy Teigen and John Legend money. You
So
feel
you know what I'm
me?
saying. So
But yeah, so I started the asparagus with the bell pepper and onion. I put that on the stove on medium, and then again here is the. And I'm probably gonna take this one out because it's the end. But here is the salmon, and I'm going to bake it. I put it at 400. It does say on the website that I have been using from, it does say to cook it for about 15 to 20 minutes. That's another thing that I do. I don't follow directions very well. I like to make my own rules. So sometimes what I will do is I will put it in there, put it in the oven, and I'll just kind of watch for it to just kind of start to either flake a little bit or for the color and texture to try to change. But that's another thing too, is always feel free to make these recipes to your liking. You know, if you don't have granulated garlic, or if you don't have Tony Chachere's, use what you have or use what you like. Don't feel that it has to be right exactly there. Yes, if you're trying to do an imitation of that dish, then by all means buy every single thing so it can taste the exact same. However, if you are, you know, don't like if you don't like garlic, or if you don't like Tony Chachere's, use something that is a good substitute. But again, you just want to make sure that you're reading all the labels. So don't be lazy. You might think it's funny that you go to the grocery store, or you go to the store and you're spending an extra 2, 3, 4 minutes in the aisle. But again, these facts right here is what's going to help you. So again, the 0 calories, the 0 carbs, 0 sugar, different things that are on here that you could pull a different spice off, off the shelf, and it's gonna be so much worse than you taking a few seconds to read. So
Right. Definitely.
yes,
So,
that's
I
all
mean,
I
I want
have
to
for you
thank.
guys right now. Unless you have any more questions, or if you have anything else you'd like for me to do.
No, what we're gonna do is we want to thank everyone for tuning in, and then under this they will see the pictures of the end product that you will send to us once you're done. And thank you everyone for coming out for Straight Facts for Data,
Yes.
the Healthy Eating Edition, episode 1. The beautiful and talented Lise. You can follow her. Lise taught you. Let the people know where they can get you, man.
Yes. So Instagram, Clubhouse, it's both at Lise Taught You. That's Lis like Sam, Taught You, Taughtyou. I do have a Twitter as well. It's Miss Butter Pecan. That's MISSBUTTTAPECAN. I have Facebook under Lise Hernandez. So I'm pretty much all over the social media platforms. I'm here for you in any way that you might need me to help. Again, whether it's with your weight loss, whether it's with recipes. I'm an insurance broker, as I mentioned, in the state of Texas. So if you know anybody that's 65 and up, needing help with their Medicare, just send them my way. So I'm definitely here to help in many, many ways. Something I'll add on the end is I'm also very, very connected in the industry. I've met so many great connects over the last few months doing an admin job for a morning show. So if you need music reviewed, if you want me to show love, if you need promotion, if you're trying to get in the right review rooms at the right time, connected with the right people, I'm here to stay, baby. So we just getting started. You know that, Gutta.
Let's get it. I'll
Let's
talk.
go.